Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, you've had a good, productive day. You achieve something good that'll lead you to your future goal and dreams. So, in today's video is going to be titled "Financial Management." Now, this video is going to be one of the most important videos. Not to say that all my other videos are not important, but this particular one is more important because it deals, with pretty much, your finances. So I'm gonna give you some tips, so and how you could, budget yourself, so that way you don't always, like go broke or or run short on cash when you need it. So and this is something that most young people, like people my age or younger, so or even people in the 40s, 50s, like and anybody could run into this problem if you don't know how to manage your finances, intelligently. So and most of the time, because because sometimes you have like so many bills or whatever, so and you don't get paid enough to sustain those monthly maintenances and stuff, so you also run into that trouble. So here's one of the tips that I would suggest or recommend that you do is you need to figure out, obviously your those of you that are working, which is good. So you got to figure out, what your weekly pay is. That's if you get paid weekly or get paid bi-weekly, which is every 2 weeks. So you gotta really, so whatever amount is that you earn per check, so you gotta like set aside what's for the bills and what's for rent or whatever. So and also another thing I recommend is that set up a like some sort of emergency, like fund or whatever, or whatever you want to call it. So that way, you have money saved up on the side in case, something happens, or because in this life anything could happen. Like we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or the next 10 15 minutes. Anything could happen. So what I would do, which actually I do myself, is set aside, it could be as minimum as $10 a week, but here's the thing though, you have to commit to it. You can't just do $10 on one week, then next week you don't do it. It's got to be a number that you could, for sure, that you could absolutely commit to. Okay, even if you could do $5, then it's $5. It's something. But at least you're putting that on the side. That's money that you don't touch. That you put into a safe place, or that where it is. Keep it locked or whatever. So that money shouldn't be accessed for anything. Only in emergency situations. So so if you could do 10, even better. 20, good. Whatever. But if it's low as 5, then go for it. But if the key is to be persistent and consistent on a weekly basis, or whatever, or whenever it is you get paid. So that's another thing. Another tip is you need to cut back on your expenses. So things that you don't need at the time, okay, you need to cut it off. If you don't need it, don't keep purchasing it, or don't keep investing in that. So only spend things that you need, and the only thing that we all need, is and a huge necessity is the bills. That's one thing we can't help, because that's part of life. Wherever you go, you gotta pay rent, mortgage, and then you have your monthly utilities that goes with it. So an example of that is if you're somebody that hangs out all the time, or hangs out every weekends, on your days off or whatever. So you might need to limit that, or just cut it off completely for now, until you later on you gain control, of your finances, and that you're able to afford to do it. Because hanging out costs money. Let's say go out with your guy friends, go to a bar, have a few beers, things like that, or go out to eat. Those things cost money. I'm not saying it's bad, but obviously if you're running into a wall with your finances, so you gotta that out for now. Maybe for the next few months until you once again, get yourself, back on your feet. I had to do it myself, so I could relate. So and also, and when you go food shopping, okay, only shop for things that you're gonna eat. Okay, and don't spend like like $200 on food or meals that that you might not eat right away. Then it goes bad or whatever. So you also gotta cut back on that. Okay, so in one, like do your weekly shopping. Spend like maybe $50, $60 on things that you can eat for the week, and the rest of it you just save it for another week, or you can stash it away into the fund that, like I mentioned uh, a few seconds ago. So you can do that. So the whole point here is just cut back as much as you can. Like things that you don't need, like don't do it. Like I said, get rid of it for now. And as far as if you're somebody that that less money to other people, then obviously you can't do that anymore. And try to avoid borrowing money, because that also puts you in debt. So now next time you're making the money back, you have to pay that back, unless it's an emergency and you really need it. But otherwise, try to be self-sufficient and try to make it on your own, because at the end of the day, it's always better, and it's a better feeling. Because the worst thing is, like owing people, money. Then you barely have money. Then when you do get money, the first thing you gotta do is pay that person back. So that's, I know most of us has been through that, but it's, but not the best feeling in the world. So that's one thing that I wouldn't recommend. Just don't borrow money, and also don't lend money to other people. If you know you don't have it, don't do it. Just say no, okay? Saying no once in a while is not bad, depending what it is. And in this case, I think it's good. And also, so those of you that if you're in a relationship, either married or have a girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever, another thing, okay, your other half has to also be conscious of your situation. So so that person has to understand that you're if you're in a tough spot, then there's certain things that that can happen. Like, so the other person has to be aware of that and has to be supportive. Understand your problems and whatnot, and then go from there. Because in a relationship, and what are the things that cause problems in relationships is money. you know so that's one thing I want to say is, like, you have to make sure that you're with a person who understands that, who's supportive of that, and who's going to be with you every step of the way. Because if not, then that to me is not, it's a red flag. So, but like again, like I said, I don't want to interfere. That's, to each their own. I mean, you saw your problems, how you think is the best way. I'll just give you my tips, that help me, get out of that jam, financially. So believe it or not, these tips will definitely help. Okay, I'm sure other people have done it. So, and I'm sure other people have told you guys about it. But I want to also tell you guys also, that way, there's more of us telling you, like, that it does work. But you have to commit to it. You have to, like, really, really, like, get on board with it. And the most important thing, like I said at the beginning of this video, is start up a fund, like a savings fund, which, that's money you don't touch ever. So like let it accumulate years after years, assuming, of course, that you don't have an emergency. And I hope that you don't have an emergency. But in this life, anything could happen. So the best way is to, sort of prepare for it, at least on the financial side. So in case something goes wrong, then at least, you have something. I mean, hopefully is even enough by the time it happens. But that's what I'm saying. If you start now, so that way you build that up. But and also, if you don't have an emergency, hopefully not anytime soon, then you'll be good. So, and also, yeah, and also, if you're in a job that you're getting paid, not as much, then you also want to, find better opportunities. See what other jobs are hiring that could pay a little bit more. Also help your situation. Things like that. I mean, there's so many things you can do. But mainly do that, what I just said now, the savings fund. That also will definitely come in handy one day. I mean, and you'll probably thank me for it. So yeah, guys, so that's pretty much that's all the tips I want to share with you. You know, so hopefully you found this video informative, helpful, and hopefully you practice some of the things I've said. And if it does work for you, it's in the future, please let me know in the comments. Let me know how it has helped you or not, whatever it is. Just tell me, we can have a conversation, and I could go into more details about it in the comments if you wish to know. So yeah, guys, so that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, you know, hopefully you learn something from this video and also my previous videos. And I wish you guys the best. Stay strong, stay focused, stay motivated, go out there and be productive, help other people, and overall just be a good person. Have a good heart, because having a good heart goes a billion miles away. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care, guys.